Honestly, we said we're just gonna take action. We're gonna do it.
For over a year, we've seen attack after attack after attack on street vendors happening across the country, but most especially right here in California. And it's been extremely difficult to watch the traditional organizing community and even long-standing social justice advocates' failure to acknowledge this issue. But new organizers, advocates are stepping forward into this space with a simple yet important call to action: protect street vendors, and mobilizing new people into the void of this justice space.
First of all, I want to thank Madera. Madera, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. And with the support that we had from our city, from just sharing a post and having our community help us and just all like I said,
contribute to, helping make a difference, We had a lot of families come in and tell us that, oh, thank you guys for helping out the community, we really do appreciate it. And if you guys ever do need help with things like that, we're all willing to help and pitch in a hand.
And it was just crazy how we all just united together, like a family, one big family.
It's like one big family, yeah.
Yeah.
Across the state, brown youth are firing the alarm and answering the call to action, and they're receiving the support from their peers, even elders. When I found out about the Protect Street Vendors March in Madera, California, I was very interested. I might have been the first time having heard of Madera, but more importantly, I was hearing that two young, non-seasoned organizers decided to step up to the plate to take on the challenge of taking a stand and having their message be heard. And they had all the reasons to say no. One, they've never organized a march before. Two, they weren't too familiar with the issues. And three, they didn't have a following that was known to show up, and on and on and on. How do you think it's important for people your age to do something, right? Because it's usually we think that adults are going to handle it and all that stuff, but why was it important for you, or why do you think it's important for people your age to do something?
Well, we just turned 20 years old, we just turned 20 this year, and I think it's very important for people our age to come up. And I know it's kind of hard for people our age to come up, because a lot of people feel our age feel that their opinions don't really matter, and that their feelings are kind of invalid, So we wanted to step up and kind of show them and hopefully inspire other people to come up with us and be look, it's not a time to be afraid, but to come up and help everybody out.
It don't matter what age you are. If we all come together and unite, we can make anything happen as a community. And
scenarios like this with attacks on our street vendors, we need as many people as we could get. So any age, So it was a pretty good event to see a lot of our friends our age coming up,
kids,
and doing this march
families.
with us.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So I just had to ask them about their fear and anxiety, especially if they ever thought about the scenario where no one shows up.
Honestly, our hearts were pumping, that was probably one of our biggest fears, that hoping not a lot of people were gonna come out and show support. And so, but honestly, we didn't let that phase us, we just stuck to it and just prayed that people came through. And at the end of the day, people did come through, and we're grateful for that.
Yeah, and big shout out to everybody who came out from out of their cities, Fresno, Chowchilla,
a lot of people
even
from
Bay Area
valley,
too as well. Yeah, huge shout out to you guys. And like I said, Madera showed up that day, and that's what mattered the most, because our city was there and we were all united as one. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just do it, and just don't give up. And no matter what happens, even if it's successful or not, as long as you did it, As
long as you tried,
yeah,
as long as you attempted and pursued to start it. Because I know organizing an event can get a little bit difficult, but I do recommend maybe starting with a small team, or asking for help, and advice. And that goes a long way, because when we try to organize an event, we had lots of questions on location and how are we gonna set up and stuff like that. But we just asked older adults and asked them what do you guys think, and we asked them questions, and we took their input and used it.
We took their advice and fundamentals, literally. It's the fundamentals, the ABCs, As long as you go with that, you'll be all right. And yeah, like I said, huge shout out to the older people too, because we got a lot of knowledge and stuff like that too from the older people, and all the different ideas that that came in as well.
And the interesting thing learning about their steps into leadership roles is that when they decided to show up for community, community showed up for them. Elders, former organizers, helping hands. But one very interesting thing is that these two young men are business owners. They're the plug, the shoe plug that is. They make a living selling shoes. And usually we see businesses shy away from community issues, but in this case, these two young men leveraged their network, their clients, and mobilized their clients for this righteous community effort.
We know a lot of people because we have like a big shoe page, you know, and so we sell shoes to at least 80% of people. Nah, not 80%, but big majority.
A big majority percent. Yeah.
And so like every day we sell shoes to people, and every day we meet new people, and so every day we sell a shoe to this person, sell a shoe to this person. They always give back feedback and like, oh, we support you guys so much. We see what you guys are doing, you know. And
just networking too. Like one person told another person, and then another person told another person. And once they started hearing this, once they started hearing all like what we were doing for the street vendors, everyone was down for it. Even the car crews, the truck crews, everybody in the community.
We know that when it comes to supporting our street vendors, it's not a one-day effort, it's an everyday thing. So I asked their thoughts on how you all can show up for street vendors in your city.
The advice I would give, honestly, it doesn't take too much to help and show support to street vendors. As little as showing like their location, like streets, like where they're located at. Say they're at this corner on like Shaw or like on Herndon or something like that, any street, so that people know where they're at. Say they want to go get chocolate covered strawberries, or want to get strawberries to make their chocolate covered strawberries for like their small business, instead of going to the store to go do that, you know.
Support your location,
support your local. Yeah. Another idea that we've been doing and starting to get into is that we've been doing like pop-ups recently. We've been inviting a lot of small businesses, and the last pop-up we did, we invited a fruit vendor. And so we gave this fruit vendor a chance, you know, to like sell his product and, you know, and interact with people and hopefully like network with people, and maybe like, you know, say they want to have a party or something and they need like fruit there, you know. So
why was it important for you all to show up for street vendors?
I think it was very important to show up for our street vendors because a lot of our street vendors were like very scared to like talk out and like come out to the community, you know. A lot of them don't have like documents and stuff like that, so they're afraid of like consequences that might come. So I think it was very important for us to like come out here and do this march for them, so that we could be their voice and that we could like show them that they're not alone and that together we have a voice and we are big.
And just speak up, because a lot of people were just on social media. A lot of people were just talking about it and stuff like that. And we said, you know what, we're gonna do something about it. We're not just gonna let this be, you know. But yeah,
let's talk more action.
Let's talk more action for the people.